In a quiet little village nestled between rolling hills and a vast meadow, a boy named Leo spent his days dreaming of adventures. While other children played games or helped their parents, Leo would sit by the old willow tree near his house, feeling the breeze on his face and imagining far-off lands. One windy afternoon, as Leo wandered through the meadow, he stumbled upon something tangled in the tall grass. It was a kite. No ordinary kite, but one with intricate patterns of swirling clouds and dancing stars painted across its fabric. Its tail was made of shimmering ribbons that seemed to catch the light even in the shade. "What a beautiful kite!" Leo exclaimed, picking it up carefully. It felt surprisingly light, and the fabric was soft yet strong. He decided to take it to the willow tree to test it. As Leo tied the kite to a string and ran across the meadow, it soared into the sky effortlessly. The wind seemed to grow stronger, lifting the kite higher and higher until it disappeared into the clouds. Then, to Leo's astonishment, the kite tugged sharply on the string, pulling him forward. "Whoa! What's going on?" Leo cried, holding on tightly. A gentle musical voice floated down from the sky. "Leo, you've found the kite of Willow winds. It's time for an adventure." Before Leo could respond, a powerful gust of wind lifted him off the ground, carrying him into the sky. The meadow below grew smaller and smaller until it vanished completely. When the wind finally settled, Leo found himself standing on a fluffy white cloud, with the magical kite hovering beside him. The cloud was part of a vast landscape of floating isles, each covered in sparkling waterfalls, shimmering forests, and colorful creatures. "Where am I?" Leo asked aloud, marveling at the beauty around him. "You're in the realm of the sky," the kite's voice said, "a place where the winds rule and the clouds carry secrets. But all is not well here." "What do you mean?" Leo asked. The kite explained, "The heart of the wind, a magical crystal that keeps this realm in harmony, has been stolen by the Storm King. Without it, the winds will grow wild and this world will fall apart. You've been chosen to help restore the balance." Leo felt a mix of fear and excitement. "Why me?" "Because you're brave and curious, and because you found me," the kite said simply. Before Leo could argue, a small glowing bird landed on his shoulder. "I'm Zephyr," the bird chirped. "I'll guide you to the Storm King's fortress. But be warned, it's a treacherous journey." With no time to waste, Leo climbed onto the kite, which transformed into a glider. With Zephyr leading the way, they soared across the floating isles, heading toward the storm clouds that loomed on the horizon. As they flew, Leo and Zephyr encountered several challenges. The first was a maze of twisting wind tunnels, where powerful gusts threatened to knock them off course. With Zephyr's guidance and Leo's quick thinking, they navigated the tunnels safely. Next, they came across the Isles of Echoes, where the winds whispered riddles that needed to be solved before they could pass. One riddle stumped Leo for a while. "I can fill a room, but I take up no space. What am I?" After some thought, Leo smiled. "It's air." The winds quieted, and the path forward opened. Finally, they reached a swirling vortex, a chaotic whirl of wind and lightning that blocked the entrance to the Storm King's fortress. The kite spoke again. "This is the Storm Gate. Only by showing courage and trust can we pass." Leo hesitated, but then gripped the kite's string tightly. "I trust you. Let's do this." The kite surged forward, carrying Leo through the vortex. Lightning flashed around them, but they emerged unscathed on the other side. where the Storm King's dark fortress awaited. The fortress was a towering structure made of black clouds and jagged lightning bolts. Inside, the air crackled with electricity, and the sound of howling winds echoed through the halls. At the center of the fortress sat the Storm King, a giant figure made of swirling clouds and thunder. "Well, well," the Storm King rumbled, his voice deep and menacing. "A tiny human dares to challenge me?" "I'm here to take back the heart of the wind," Leo said, his voice steady despite his fear. "The realm of the sky needs it." The Storm King laughed. "And why should I give it to you? Prove you're worthy." With a wave of his hand, the Storm King summoned a whirlwind filled with flying debris. "Face the trial of winds. Show me your courage." Leo held onto the kite, which guided him through the storm. He dodged swirling debris and fought against the powerful gusts, refusing to give up. Finally, he reached the eye of the storm, where the heart of the wind floated, glowing brightly. But as Leo reached for it, the Storm King's voice boomed. "One last question, boy. Why do you want the heart of the wind?" Leo paused, his hand hovering over the crystal. He thought about the floating isles, the creatures that lived there, and the beauty of the skies. "Because this realm deserves to be free, and everyone here deserves to live in harmony. I don't want it for myself. I want to protect this world." The Storm King was silent for a moment. Then, to Leo's surprise, he smiled. "You have answered well. Take the heart of the wind and restore balance. But remember, true power lies in selflessness." The storm dissipated, and the heart of the wind floated into Leo's hands. It was warm and pulsing with energy. With the heart of the wind in his grasp, Leo climbed onto the kite once more. Zephyr flew beside him, cheering. "You did it, Leo. Now let's return the heart to its rightful place." The kite carried Leo to the tallest floating isle, where a grand pedestal awaited. As he placed the heart of the wind into the pedestal, a burst of light filled the sky. The winds grew calm and harmonious, and the realm of the sky shone brighter than ever. The creatures of the floating isles gathered to celebrate, their cheers echoing through the skies. The kite spoke softly to Leo. "You've done something incredible, Leo. The winds will remember your courage forever." "But how do I get home?" Leo asked. The kite chuckled. "The winds will take you there." Before Leo knew it, a gentle breeze lifted him, carrying him back through the clouds. He landed softly beneath the old willow tree, the magical kite resting beside him. The meadow looked the same, but Leo felt different, braver, wiser, and filled with a sense of wonder. From that day on, whenever the wind whispered through the willow tree, Leo would smile, knowing that somewhere in the skies, the magical kite and the heart of the wind were keeping the balance. The days following Leo's return to the meadow were filled with a quiet sense of magic. He carried the memories of the realm of the sky close to his heart, and every time the breeze rustled through the leaves of the old willow tree, it felt like a gentle reminder of the adventure he had shared with the magical kite and Zephyr. One afternoon, as Leo sat under the willow tree tracing the patterns of stars and clouds on the kite's fabric, the wind began to blow in an unusual way. It wasn't strong or chaotic, but rhythmic, almost like it was singing a song. Leo's ears perked up, and he leaned closer to the tree's trunk. "Leo," the tree seemed to whisper. Its voice was soft and ancient, like the rustling of 1,000 leaves. "You have done a great thing for the winds, but your journey is not over." Leo blinked in surprise. "The winds? Do you mean the realm of the sky? The willow tree creaked gently as its branches swayed. Yes, the winds speak to all who listen, and now they have a gift for you, a piece of their magic, to remind you of the harmony you restored. The kite in Leo's lap began to glow faintly, its swirling pattern shimmering like stardust. The shimmering ribbons on its tail floated upward, wrapping around the kite's frame. When the light faded, the kite had transformed. Its fabric now glimmered with golden threads, and its ribbons sparkled like beams of sunlight. "What happened?" Leo asked, marveling at the kite's new appearance. "The kite of willow winds has become something more," the willow tree said. "It is now a part of the winds themselves. With it, you can call upon their power to guide you, protect you, and carry you to new adventures." Leo's heart raced with excitement. "Does that mean I can return to the realm of the sky?" The willow's branches swayed in approval. Whenever the winds whisper to you, the kite will respond. But remember, Leo, this gift is not just for your adventures. It is also a responsibility. Use it wisely, and always listen to the whispers of the wind. Leo nodded, understanding the weight of the tree's words. "Thank you. I promise to use it well." As the wind carried the tree's last whisper into the distance, the kite seemed to hum softly, as if it were alive. Leo stood, holding it tightly. He felt a renewed sense of wonder and purpose. Later that evening, as Leo lay beneath the stars, the kite began to tug gently at his hands. He sat up, watching in awe as it floated into the air, its ribbons shimmering in the moonlight. The breeze picked up, swirling around him and carrying a faint, familiar voice. "Leo, we need you." It was Zephyr, the glowing bird from the realm of the sky. Her voice was soft but urgent. "There's trouble in the skies. The Storm King's remnants have formed wild winds, and they're threatening the floating isles. Will you come?" Leo didn't hesitate. He grabbed the kite's string and stood tall. "I'm ready." The wind swirled stronger, lifting him into the air. As the meadow disappeared below, Leo felt the thrill of adventure surge through him once more. The realm of the sky awaited, and this time he knew he was not just a visitor. He was a guardian of its harmony. The magical kite glowed brighter as it carried Leo toward the horizon, where a new adventure was just beginning. As Leo soared through the sky on the magical kite, the once harmonious realm of the sky began to come into view. It was no longer the serene, floating paradise he had left behind. The isles trembled as fierce winds tore through their landscapes, sending debris flying and clouds churning into dark, menacing shapes. The air crackled with tension, and Zephyr flew beside him, her golden feathers dimmed with worry. "This isn't just any storm," Zephyr said, her voice strained. "The remnants of the Storm King's power have merged into wild winds, chaotic forces with no will of their own. They're spreading destruction across the isles." Leo gripped the kite's string tighter, his heart pounding. "How do we stop them?" "The wild winds feed on imbalance," Zephyr explained. "We need to restore harmony, but it won't be easy. The heart of the wind is strong, but it can't reach the edges of the realm where the chaos is strongest. That's where we'll have to go." The kite responded to Leo's determination, glowing brighter as it carried him toward the edge of the floating isles. The wild winds howled around them, buffeting the kite and forcing Leo to hold on tightly. As they approached the epicenter of the chaos, a massive vortex loomed before them, swirling with jagged lightning and roaring winds. The sight was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. As Leo and Zephyr hovered near the vortex, the kite pulsed with energy, sending a warm glow through the storm. A faint, ethereal voice echoed from the swirling winds, reaching Leo's ears. "Guardian of the kite, why have you returned?" Leo straightened, speaking into the gale. "I've come to stop the wild winds and restore peace to the realm of the sky. The heart of the wind depends on balance, and I won't let this chaos destroy it." The voice responded, resonating like a song carried on the breeze. "To restore balance, you must first confront the storm within yourself. Step forward and face the trial of the winds." Zephyr's eyes widened. "Leo, are you sure? The trial of the winds isn't easy. It's a test of your heart." Leo nodded, his resolve steady. "If it's the only way to save this realm, I'm ready." The vortex's center glowed, and a path of shimmering stardust appeared, leading into the heart of the storm. The kite guided Leo forward, carrying him into the swirling chaos. Inside the vortex, everything was eerily silent. Leo floated in a space of endless wind and light, where whispers of the past echoed all around him. "You doubt yourself," one whisper said. "You think you're not strong enough to protect this realm." Another voice chimed in. "What if you fail? What if you make things worse?" The doubt struck deep, pulling at Leo's heart. He had always dreamed of adventure, but now, faced with the weight of responsibility, he felt small and uncertain. The whispers grew louder, swirling around him like a storm. But then, another voice broke through, a voice of calm and clarity. It was the kite, speaking in its soft, melodic tone. "Leo, remember why you're here. You've already proven your courage and selflessness. Trust in yourself and trust in the winds." Leo closed his eyes, letting the kite's words fill him with strength. He thought of the floating isles, the creatures who lived there, and the beauty of the realm of the sky. He thought of Zephyr's faith in him and the lessons he had learned from the willow tree. With a deep breath, he shouted into the storm, "I may not have all the answers, but I won't give up. I believe in the winds, and I believe in myself." The vortex shuddered, and the chaos around him began to calm. The whispers faded, replaced by a gentle hum. The light of the kite grew brighter, spreading warmth and harmony through the storm. As Leo emerged from the vortex, the wild winds were no longer chaotic. They swirled gently, their jagged edges smoothed into soft currents that danced around the floating isles. The realm of the sky began to heal, its balance restored. Zephyr flew to Leo's side, her golden feathers gleaming once more. "You did it, Leo. The wild winds have been tamed." The voice of the winds returned, now calm and harmonious. "Guardian of the kite, you have faced the storm within and restored balance to the skies. The realm of the sky is forever in your debt." Leo smiled, relief washing over him. It wasn't just me. It was the kite, Zephyr, and the winds themselves. Together, we made it happen. The kite glowed softly, as if in agreement. With its magic, it carried Leo and Zephyr back to the center of the realm, where the heart of the wind pulsed brightly on its pedestal. The creatures of the floating isles gathered once more, cheering for their hero. As the winds settled into their natural rhythm, Leo looked around at the restored beauty of the realm of the sky. The kite hovered beside him, its ribbons flowing gently in the breeze. "You're not just an adventurer now," Zephyr said with a grin. "You're a true guardian of the winds." Leo nodded, feeling a deep sense of pride and gratitude. This isn't the end of the adventure. it's just the beginning. With the realm of the sky safe once more, the kite carried Leo back to the meadow, where the old willow tree waited for him. As he landed, the breeze rustled through the branches, whispering words of approval. From that day forward, Leo became both a protector and a storyteller, sharing the wonders of the skies with those around him. And whenever the winds called, he was ready to answer.